Hello everyone and welcome to Gyanmarg online classes. I am Rahul Pandit and I am educator at Gyanmarg Civil Services Academy. In this video I am going to discuss about history of MP that I have classified into some volumes. So let's start with volume 1, in which I will inform you about Parmaras of Malwa, Kalchuris of Chedi and Chandelas of Jejapukti. Now see, these are their geographical locations. Parmaras situated in the western MP, whereas Kalchuris were situated in the southern MP, especially between the river Narmada and Godavari. And Chandelas lies between the river Yamuna and Narmada. Now the first dynasty that I am going to explain you is Parmaras of Malwa. They ruled from 9th to 13th century. They were originally based in the Mount Abu region of Rajasthan. The pre-medieval Bardic literature classifies them among the Agnikul or Agnivanshi Rajput. You must know about that Sheikh Vishwamitra performed sacrifice on Mount Abu, and out of these sacrificial fire emerged a hero named as Parmaras. That means slayer of enemies. मतलब हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि शत्रुओं का वध करने वाला, इनको परमार कहा गया. Okay. According to historical chronicle, this dynasty was established in 10th century CE, and its earliest ruler were probably the feudals of Rashtrakutas of Maniket. मानिकेट सोलापुर के पास एक जगह है महाराष्ट्र में, और यहीं पर राष्ट्रकूटास की एक टेरिटरीज हुआ करती थी. दे वर द डोमिनेटेड ओवर देयर, और इन्हीं के फ्यूडल्स हुआ करते थे परमारास. नाउ कृष्णराज उपेंद्र वाज द फाउंडर रूलर ऑफ दिस डायनेस्टी, but he was not the free ruler. But after the declination of Rashtrakutas, Parmaras assumed complete independence. और उस समय एक रूलर हुआ करता था सियक. So probably during the reign of King Siyak, he annexed the Rashtrakuta capital Maniket and established the Parmaras as a sovereign power. So we can say that कि सियक ने इसको एक ऐसी कंडीशन देने की कोशिश करी या फिर इस कंडीशन पर ले गया जहां वो अपने आप को एस्टेब्लिश कर पाए, सोवर्जन हो पाए, संप्रभु हो पाए. बट ही वॉज नॉट एब्सोल्यूट द पावरफुल रूलर, but he was the first ruler. We can consider as the first founder ruler. Whereas first powerful ruler of this dynasty was Vagpatiraj Munj. He consolidated the Parmaras power in Malwa and also constructed famous Munj Lake at Dhar. It may be asked in the question. MPPSC के कुछ फेवरेट क्वेश्चंस में से ये क्वेश्चन है कि मुंज लेक कहाँ है और मुंज लेक को किसने बनवाया था. तो आवर आंसर इज वेरी प्रॉपर. वागपतिराज मुंज कंस्ट्रक्टेड मुंज लेक एट धार, और परमारास को मालवा में एस्टेब्लिश करने का जो क्रेडिट जाता है वो वागपतिराज मुंज को जाता है. Now, the most celebrated ruler of this dynasty was Raja Bhoj. Under his leadership, the dynasty reached its zenith. He extended his frontier, and his kingdom was centered around the Malwa region, where he founded Dhar Nagri and established it as a capital city. Bhoj is best remembered for his intellect and patronage to cultural activities. He was himself a polymath, and under his rule, Malwa and his capital Dhar became one of the chief intellectual center of India. He established Bhojshala at Dhar, which was the center for Sanskrit studies. Here he established an idol of Ma Saraswati, better known as Bagdevi. Here I want to add a note which is different from this topic, but it is associated to it, that memento offered in Gyanpid Award is a replica of Bagdevi. Along with it, Raja Bhoj founded Bhojpur city, now it is in the Raichand district, where he constructed Bhojeshwar temple, which is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Now, this temple is also known as Somnath of MP. It is one of the most asking question in MPPSC. Now the next, he also founded Bhojpal city, जिसको आजकल भोपाल कहा जाता है, and also constructed a huge lake over there. Bhoj was also an eminent scholar who wrote some almost 84 books. Some of them are Samrang Sutradhar, Saraswati Kantabharan, Tattva Prakasha, Shringar Prakasha, and Bhujbala Bhima. Mahalak Deva was the last known ruler of this dynasty, who was defeated and killed by Alauddin Khilji in 1305 CE. Now, the next dynasty that I am going to explain you is Kalchuris of Tripuri or Chedi or Dharamandala. Kalchuris of Tripuri were a central Indian dynasty ruled during 9th to 12th century in the historical Chedi region, also known as Dharamandala, from their capital Tripuri. Now, present day it is termed as a Tevar, जबलपुर के पास एक लोकेशन है. The Kalchuri inscription of Gyaraspur Vidisha में है, traces the dynasty's ancestry to Kartavirya Arjun, an epic ruler who ruled from Maheshmati. As per the historical chronicle, Kalchuris were subordinate to Pratiharas, and they were ruled from the Maheshmati under some primary rulers. जो starting के जो rulers हुए like Krishnaraj, then उसके बाद Shankargan and Buddharaj. But they all were the feudals of Pratiharas. But King Buddharaj was defeated by Chalukyan ruler and he shifted his capital to Tripuri. मतलब जो महिष्मति इनकी प्राइमरी कैपिटल होती थी, उसके बाद बुद्धराज के टाइम में ये कैपिटल शिफ्ट हो गई त्रिपुरी में, because Buddharaj was defeated by the Chalukyan. After some time, Kokkal established himself and he was considered as the first powerful ruler of this dynasty. He strengthened Tripuri. He strengthened the Kalchuris in the Tripuri. Hence, he is considered as a founder ruler of this dynasty. It is an important fact. He who was the founder ruler of the Kalchuri of Tripuri. So our answer is that the Kokkal first was the founder ruler of this dynasty. Now the next ruler is Yuvraj Deva. During his reign, Kalchuri assumed complete independence. He didn't do extreme in his era, but what happened in his era, Rashtrakutas were declined. That's why the Kalchuris assumed complete independence during the reign of Yuvraj Deva. And one important thing is that his court was decorated by noted poet Rajshekhara. Previously, Rajshekhara was a court poet of Mahendrapala, a Pala ruler. Later, he joined the court of the court of Yuvraj Deva. In his court, he wrote two plays, and the first one was Vidyashala Bhanjika, in which Yuvraj Deva is informed as a Ujjaini Bhujang. Please underline it, Ujjaini Bhujang, which indicates the commanding position of Yuvraj Deva in Malwa. And the next play was Karpura Manjari. Now, the next ruler was Lakshmikant. He was the most celebrated ruler of this dynasty. Riva inscription describe his military successes, especially in the eastern region of Vanga, जिसको आज बंगाल कहते हैं, and Anga, जिसे आज बिहार कहते हैं. He marched up to the Vanga and Anga and established their power in these regions. And again, he went to southern region and extended his frontier up to the Kanchi. Here I want to underline the next fact that may be asked in the examination, that due to the successive military campaign, Lakshmikant is known as Napoleon of Central India. I'm going to repeat the fact that Lakshmikant is known as Napoleon of Central India or Hindu Napoleon. After attaining victory over Anga, he constructed Karna temple at Amarkantak. This is a starred fact. MPPSC में इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन प्रीलिम्स में बनते हैं और आज जो नया सिलेबस आ चुका है उसके अकॉर्डिंग हिस्ट्री में बहुत डेप्थ में क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर द फैक्ट कि कर्ण टेम्पल कहाँ है, एट अमरकंटक, एंड हु कंस्ट्रक्टेड इट. इट वाज कंस्ट्रक्टेड बाय लक्ष्मी कर्ण. At last, Vijaysimha was the last ruler of this dynasty who was defeated by Chandel ruler Trilokyavarman in the 12th century. Now the next dynasty is Chandela of Jejabhukti. The Chandelas of Jejabhukti were the royal dynasty in the central India. They ruled much of the Bundelkhand region between 9th to 13th century CE. This dynasty is famous in Indian history due to two celebrated rulers. First, Dhangadeva, who majorly constructed the temples of Khajuraho. And second one, Vidyadhara, who repulsed the attack of Mahmud of Ghazni. Now, he only repulsed the attack. He didn't defeat him. Fine? Now, Chandelas initially ruled as a feudatories of Gurjar Pratiharas of Kannauj. They conquered the region between river Yamuna and Narbada, better known as Bundelkhand. Their primary capital was Khajuraho, which was later shifted to Mahoba due to the weakening of empire. The Chandelas were well known for their art and architecture, most notably for fully developed Panchayat and Nagar layout. According to Khajuraho inscription, Nanuk founded Chandela dynasty, but he was the vassal of Gurjar Patiaras. That means he was the feudal of Gurjar Patiaras. His two grandsons consolidated the Chandela power. First, Jai Shakti, also named as Jeja, and second one was the Vijay Shakti, also named as Vija. Chandela territory was named Jeja Bhukti after Jeja. Now, Yashovarman, who was also known as Lakshavarman. In his era, Chandelas assumed complete independence, and reason behind that was the declination of Gurjar Patiaras. And to commemorate this incident, he constructed Lakshavarman temple. Please remember the word Lakshavarman temple. Now it is known as a Lakshman temple, which is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. He also constructed Chaturbhuj temple, which is also dedicated to Lord Vishnu. He was succeeded by his son Dhangdeva. Okay, the era of Dhangdeva is considered as the most significant period in the Chandela's history. He not only extended his frontiers, but also notable for having commissioned the magnificent temples of the Khajuraho, including Parshvanath and Vishwanath temple. His grandson Vidyadhara was the another prominent ruler of this dynasty. In 1018 CE, when Mahmud Ghaznavi invaded Kannauj, whose Pratihara king Rajapal didn't fight against him and fled from Kannauj. Feeling dissatisfied with this shameful act, Vidyadhara defeated and killed Rajpala and placed his son Trilochanpala on the throne of Kannauj. Last powerful ruler of this dynasty was Parmardi Dev. Around 1182 CE, in the Battle of Mahoba, he was defeated by Chahman ruler Prithviraj Chauhan, Ail Rai Pathora. And having been defeated, Parmardi Dev moved to Kalinjar. According to some historical chronicles and the local tales, Udal, you must know that Udal, Ala and Udal, the two brothers were there, who were the famous warrior of Parmardi Dev, in which Udal was killed in this battle. Around 1203 CE, Delhi Sultanate invaded the Chandela kingdom, but one minor branch of this family continued ruling Kalinjar, whose ruler eventually killed by Sher Shah Suri in 1545. Now our next topic is Khajuraho group of monument, which is directly related to the Chandelas. Now, the Khajuraho group of monument is the magnum opus, or the best work, or the magnificent work done by the Chandela rulers, which reflects their architectural taste and art-loving nature. In fact, Chandelas are still alive only because of this work. The temples are famous for their Panchayat and Nagar layout and their erotic sculptures. Most of these were built between 950 and 1050 CE, and in 1986, these temples has been listed in the World Heritage Site of UNESCO. In the beginning, there were 85 temples, but now only 25 temples have survived, out of which 6 are dedicated to Shiva, 8 to Vishnu, 1 to Ganesha, 1 to Sun, and 3 to Jain Tirthankara. Apart from it, some prominent temples are Temple of Kandariya Mahadev. It was constructed by King Vidyadhara, and it is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. It is the biggest among all the temples of Khajuraho, whose area is 6,500 meters square. It is one of the most asking question in MPPSC, like who constructed it, to whom it is dedicated, and what is its area. Okay, the next temple is Lakshavarman or Lakshman temple, constructed by Yashovarman, who was also known as Lakshavarman, and it is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. Then Chaturbhuj temple, constructed by Yashovarman, dedicated to Lord Vishnu. Then Parshvanath temple, constructed by Dhangdeva, dedicated to Parshvanatha. Then Vishwanath temple, constructed by Dhangdeva, dedicated to Lord Vishnu. The artwork of these temples symbolically highlights the 4 goals of life, that is Dharma, Arth, Kam and Moksha. Okay, it may be asked in the examination, write a short note on the prominent temples of the Khajuraho. So you need to write these 5 temples along with their 4 goals. Fine? Now, the next important topic is Khajuraho School of Art. एक शॉर्ट नोट बनता है इसके ऊपर और एक बहुत बेटर तरीके से इसको एक्सप्लेन किया जा सकता है along with some pictographs and some layouts. Now, possibly short note 100 word में बन सकता है इसके ऊपर. It may be asked in 100 word in MPPSC. So you need to start it with the introduction of 3 to 4 lines and then come on the features. So the prominent features are interior and exterior walls are lavishly decorated by carving. Carving means नक्काशी. अंदर की दीवारों का अंदर का साइड और बाहर के साइड बहुत ज्यादा कार्विंग की गई है उसके ऊपर. नेक्स्ट वन इज टेम्पल्स आर मेड अप ऑफ सैंडस्टोन. बलुआ पत्थर जो होता है उससे बनाया गया है. द स्कल्पचर्स आर जनरली एरोटिक, मतलब कामुक मुद्रा में है, जनरली एरोटिक. एंड दिस थीम is drew inspiration from Vatsayan's Kama Sutra. Temples generally had 3 chambers. First, Garbhagriha, जो कि main core area होता था. Main idol is located in it. Second one, Mandapa. It was the main hall. And third one was Ardha Mandapa, a small sit-out place, a small sit-out type of place. Its best example is the temple of Kandariya Mahadev. Now our next feature is Panchayatan layout of temple making. Generally, Hindu temples of that era were built in Panchayatan pattern, in which the main shrine is surrounded by 4 subsidiary shrines. Here I am giving you a pictographic explanation of the Panchayatan pattern, which may be separately asked in 3 marks in MPPSC mains. Now, look at the pictograph. In the 4 corners, 4 subsidiary shrines are there. And at number 5, main shrine is situated, which is also known as Garbhagriha. Okay, after that, Ardha Mandap, Mandap, Mahamandap, Antarala, Garbhagriha, Pradikshina, Transpects, Jagati, and subsidiary shrines are there. Collectively, this pattern is termed as a Panchayatan layout. Along with it, inside the temple, walls were divided into 5 vertical planes. These were known as Pancharatha temple. It is also a key feature of the Panchayatan layout. Later, Triratha and Saptaratha temples came into existence. Now look at the pictograph. The first pictograph answered the Triratha structure. These are the 4 walls, which is classified under 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Means the walls started from like that. Basically, this is a wall map of temple which starts from the foundation, and after a certain height, it gradually comes closer and from the peak of the temple. Then the Pancharatha, the same sculpture extended in the 5 sorts of walls. Then after the Saptaratha temples. This is completely, or we can say, this is the Khajuraho School of Art. I hope you enjoyed the topic, and if any doubt or query is there, then please ask. Every sincere question will be answered. You can give your feedback in the comments and also suggest topic on which you want me to prepare videos. Sooner you will get the next volume of History of MP. If you feel good, then please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you everyone for watching the video.